I'd like to share a very important thought with you today on an essential requirement for assuming and remaining in leadership. Let me first of all begin by saying that contrary to what people think, that leadership is not just been a figurative issue to discuss, but a functional matter to demonstrate. Actual leadership is by demonstration, not by definition. You can define leadership in different ways, but the acceptable leadership recognized in scriptures and in contemporary life is by demonstration, by exhibition. Things are changing. Definitions are changing. And we have to quickly understand this. The leadership of the 21st century is not the same as what it used to be. You know, in those days, we talk about election of leaders. But today, the reality of life is that great leaders are not by elections. Don't come by election. They come by emergence. You will be appointed as a leader and not be accepted as a leader. People may think, oh, you'll be a good leader and appoint you to be so. But see, leadership is over a people. You cannot isolate it from people. It's over a people. So until the people over whom you are assigned to be a leader accept you, you are not a leader of what? There are those in leadership position that the followers just manage them so as not to be seen as being critics. But you see, real leadership is by acceptability. Let me take you through an example of two people quickly, and that in the person of Saul and David. God appointed Saul as leader. He regretted it later because Saul became oppressive. He sat on people when he ought to carry people in his heart and on their head. You see, the people you care for are the people you'll be entitled or be empowered to lead. David, on the other side, never sought for the throne, never canvassed for the throne, but he had a heart for people. He carried people on his head. Whereas Saul was protecting the throne, David was defending God's people. Saul, even though the most competent militarily to go to war, to confront Goliath, because he was taller than all the next tallest person in Israel, from a soldier up. Who else could have been closer to the height of Goliath but Saul? But he refused to go. David, the tiny boy, risked his life for the sake of the people of God. He was out to defend God and his people. And suddenly the crown was transferred from appointed leader to responsible leader, to a serving leader. And so later on, after all the exploits that David performed, he was there in a corner on his own when the people of God came to meet him and begged him to come to accept to lead them. You find that story in 2 Samuel chapter 5 from verses 1 to 4. David was invited to be their leader. And that's why I said leadership actually emerge. They don't solicit for it. Now, let's get to the point. Who is a leader in this light? A leader is a solution provider. He solves people's problems. He solves community problems. The problem you solve will create a path to leadership position. Problem solvers are not crazy about position. They are focused on people. They want people to be happy. They want people to be fulfilled. Often they don't look popular. They just gradually bless people, impact lives. And in the process of doing that, they don't miss the leadership. You see, don't target leadership Don't seek leadership. Don't canvass for leadership. Don't beg people to make you their leader. Start imparting lives. And you see, this works whether you are a messenger or a manager, whether you are at the top at place of work or at the bottom. I'm talking about attitude to be put in place to emerge as a leader, not the face to show, not the CV to show. There are many people who have competence and skills at work, but they are not leaders, because his objective is how to project himself, how to get to the top. I urge people, don't try to get to the top. No. Touch lives. In no time, somebody is there whom you have touched, who will initiate your going up. If you try to go up by yourself, you'll be pulled down by people and circumstances. But if you walk your way there by solving problems, all the great patriarchs in the faith emerged as leaders by solving problems. Think of Abraham. Abraham solved a problem for a great king by going to war on his behalf. Genesis chapter 14. By the time Abraham came back, he became a celebrity. Abraham did not charge him for anything. He was acknowledged. He was appreciated. Think about Joseph. In the house of Potiphar, he emerged a leader in that family because he was touching lives. He was solving problems. You can't be a problem solver and be neglected, ignored, abandoned, and be treated as a non-entity. Problem solving will turn you to a celebrity. Anywhere you are, solve problem for your manager, solve problem for your CEO, solve problem for your family. In no time, nobody will remember whether you are number 4 or number 10 in the family. Biologically, they raise you up. Leaders are raised and cannot be erased. Leaders are carried up and cannot be dropped. Keep solving problems. And everywhere we go to, there are problems. Everywhere. Little problems, major problems, organizational problems, problems of individuals, problems of communities. As you keep solving problems, you keep emerging as the leader in the place. Even in our homes, the reason why many men have no regard from their wives and their children is because they are rather a burden rather than problem solving. And in homes, there are problems. Now, at this time, I like to make you have a different perspective to problems. When we talk about problems, people think about something big, a mountain to be removed. But problems, in my view and understanding, can be simply described as issues to be resolved, particularly issues of differences. Problems are normal to human existence because of differences that exist, different levels of education or gender or whatever status. And a problem solver will look for how to merge people of different backgrounds together to work together. That's what Jesus did. 12 disciples, 12 different backgrounds, 12 entities, but he was able to bring all of them together. He put their differences into a pot, cooked it together, and all of them became palatable, enjoying themselves. Well, getting back to our point, you want to emerge as a leader, be a problem solver. Think solution. Find solutions. Present solutions. And in no time, people will celebrate you as their new leader. That's what I mean by headship of leadership. God gave you brain so you can reason through and find help for people. In no time, you are the next leader to be celebrated. Please go with this and enjoy your day. God bless you.